Hey everybody, Scott Shimamoto talking loans. I'm knocking a bunch of these on a row. That's why I have the same shirt on. I do have more than one shirt in my life, but right now you're getting like 5 or 6 videos in a row. Right now we're going to talk about escrow and title. What are escrow and title? These are, they're legitimate costs that will show up on your good faith estimate. And people are like, well, why do I need escrow and why do I need title? Okay, first we'll talk about escrow. Escrow is when you have a company that's licensed and bonded, and what they do is they will make sure that everybody gets paid out properly, all the paperwork from both sides of the transaction. People are selling the house and the people are buying the house, and also the lender. They're gonna make sure that the people who are selling the house get the money. They're gonna make sure that the lender brings the money in where they're supposed to bring the money in so they can pay out the sellers. And the buyers, they make sure that the buyers get the title put in their name and all that good stuff so that we can give the buyers keys and then they can take over the house. Escrow is a little bit like when you're in the playground. And remember this, when you're like, say you're trading baseball cards or something, right? One guy has a baseball card in one hand, he's got the Mickey Mantle in one hand, the other guy's got the Hank Aaron in the other hand, right? And they're both holding on to both cards at the same time. They count 1, 2, 3 and let go. That's what escrow does. That's basically what escrow does. They're our neutral third party. They get paid for their services to be neutral, make sure everybody gets what they need out of this transaction. They want to make sure that, the sellers don't, take the buyer's money and don't give title over, and they want to make sure that the sellers aren't handing keys over and handing over the title and then they didn't get their money. So that's what escrow does. It's a really important part of this transaction. You have to get a good escrow company, someone who's again licensed and bonded. In the state of California, in Southern California, we must have escrow. It's, that's how we do it. Okay, then title insurance. Title insurance is really, really important for all parties involved as well. The reason why you need title insurance is because you need to make sure as a buyer that the people who are selling you the house actually have the right to sell you that house, okay? This is very important. Also, they need to make sure that the house does not have big liens on it. Like, for instance, someone is trying to sell you the house and they did big foundation work or something on the house, and they did not pay the contractor. Maybe they owe the contractor $10,000, and the contractor might have a lien on the house. And if you're buying the house and the house has a lien, guess who has to pay that lien if you took over this thing with no title insurance? Wow. I shouldn't be choking like that on camera. That's not good. But it's dry out here today. So what happens if you get the title insurance, which you need to get the title insurance because the lenders will not lend without it, but the title insurance is going to check to make sure there's no liens. You're going to make sure the people who are selling you the house have the right to sell you that house. They basically want to make sure that no one's committing fraud on the selling end. And that's it. And down the road, if something pops up that nobody was aware of, like let's just say the title did not see this $10,000 lien from the people who did the foundation work. Let's say this happens 20 years from now, you're trying to sell the house, right? Then what happens? Well, guess what? Title insurance has to pay that claim, right? So as a buyer, you're not going to have to come out of pocket to make that whole. So escrow and title, two very important parts of the business that you as sellers and buyers, you need to know what these things are. You can call me at any time at 626-399-1525. Don't call me when I'm on stage because I won't pick up the phone when I'm talking to a comedy crowd, okay? But during business hours or if you make an appointment, I can definitely talk to you. I'll explain these things in more detail. I know I'm talking fast right now, but just overall, escrow and title are very, very important elements of any real estate transaction. So, Scott Shimamoto talking loans, 626-399-1525. Peace. We're out of here. Peace.